Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Kathy's Corner, Seed in the Sand, and this is chapter 5 of The Big Game, Winners and Losers, baby step number 5. And what I want to talk about is, like, we're halfway through this big game series, you know, the World Series, the NBA championship, the big football game, the big soccer game, the big tennis match, the big golf match. And this is where kind of the crap hits the fan, I guess you could say. And, you know, the claws are coming out and people are really getting nasty towards each other. And this is what I wanted to talk about, is the ugly part of the game, you know, the nasty part of the game, the not so much cheating, but bullying, domination, and mind games, and all kinds of different parts of the game that are ugly, but especially that adult bullying. I'm kind of going through that in my own life right now, where somebody's kind of decided to change the story, change the plot, you could say, and they're going to town with it. You know, they're believing their own lies, and I'm sitting here trying to undo what they're doing by saying, I'm just a person playing the game of life. I'm not here to hurt anybody. I'm not here to make anybody feel bad about themselves, or they're doing that to themselves. I'm not doing anything to anybody, but am standing up for myself. I'm setting my boundaries. I'm setting you know, using my tools to make sure that I stand up for myself. There's a difference between adult bullying and setting boundaries, and so that incorporates into the game, especially a big game. You know, you have cheaters, and you have people who are, like, standing up for themselves, setting that line in the sand, says, this is my boundary, don't you cross it. And so there's a big difference between adult bullying and boundary setting. And I like those underdog teams that set their boundaries, that say, you ain't messing with me, not today, not today, not today, not today. And yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at in my life with this relation to the big game. Trying to set my boundaries to say, this is where I draw the line. If you step over, then XYZ is going to happen. But it's not like I'm, you know, out to get anybody or out to hurt anybody. Just mainly standing up for myself and defending my name, and trying to protect my dignity and protect my credit and everything else. So yeah, so that's where we're at today. So the cards that we have today are the Healing Spirit cards and the Healing Waters cards. So we have 2 decks. I'm going to draw one card, one oracle card from each deck. And this is the beautiful rosary that goes with those decks. They kind of match. So I always kind of incorporate that rosary being broken in the washing machine and dryer years and years ago. And then when I asked for the box of beads back, they were all back together as one. So it says, Looks like this. And it says, this is the perfect time. And, sorry. This is the perfect time. Life is a series of ups and downs until something pulls you to a point where you know that there is a changing and expanding. That it is changing and expanding. It is a special moment when things are falling into place and the stars are in complete alignment. Now is that moment for you. It isn't a time for reflection or consideration, but for being bold and walking forward and accepting your destiny. You have arrived at the right place at the right time to shine. Special moments are rare in any life, so never let one pass you by. Grab it with both hands. So I like that. That kind of goes back to my group that I did on Wednesday with Florence Shin, where it said, imagine your life 4 months from now being just beautifully put back together again in alignment with the stars, and everything is just together. And that is what you got to focus on. You focus on like it being together before it's even together, and that really brings it together. So, and then these are the Healing Water Oracle deck from Rebecca Campbell, and they look like this. So they kind of incorporate that turquoise color with the rosary. And so the Healing Waters deck, the intention I'm setting for the Healing Waters deck is setting boundaries, being prepared for the alignment of the stars, being prepared for grabbing that opportunity when it comes. And the card looks like this, and it says, the water carrier. What really matters, reflect, reprioritize. And it says, the water carrier. In most parts of the modern world, humans have become disconnected from each other and the planet. We have forgotten simple things like where the water that sustains us even comes from. We speak about creating harmony and peace on Earth, but really our focus should be on creating harmony and peace with the Earth. It is possible that our disconnection from the Earth's resources, from seeing Earth's resources as sacred, that made us so disconnected. Daisy. When we look into the future, we can see that without water, there can be no life on Earth. Without water, humanity cannot survive. This is a card about getting your priorities right and focusing on what's really, truly matters. In our busy world, it's so easy to get swept up in things that seem important and urgent, when really, at the end of the day, we realize that worrying about them have been a waste of time, resources, and energy. It is time to take a moment to pause, reflect, and reprioritize. To focus on what really matters, to chop wood and carry water, to care for those in our community, to understand what really truly is important, to act accordingly. So the soul inquiry is, what are you worrying about or doing that's a waste of time, energy, or resource? And then what are you being called to focus on instead? So for me, what I'm worrying about is, people being harsh on me, hurtful to me, uncaring, lies, all that, all that stuff I talked about earlier. You know, we don't need to focus on that. We can just focus on what's important, which is sustaining ourselves, through the water, the healing water, and focus on what's in front of us rather than what's behind us. So, all right, I hope everybody has a great day.